What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's heated discussions about the Dallas Cowboys, let's take a moment to talk about something important: improvement. This season hasn't been what we all hoped for, but the team is working tirelessly to adjust and get back on track. As fans, your support matters more than ever, so if you believe in this team's potential, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more updates. Today, we're tackling two big stories: ESPN's harsh critique of our Cowboys and the arrival of Jonathan Mingo, a player with something to prove. Buckle up, because this is going to be a good one. The Cowboys have always been one of the most talked about teams in the NFL, but sometimes, the spotlight isn't so flattering. This weekend, during a segment on ESPN College Game Day, co-host Kirk Herbstreit didn't hold back. While discussing Monday Night Football's upcoming game between the Cowboys and the Texans, Herbstreit called the Cowboys a disaster, criticizing their struggles in high-profile games. "Keep putting Dallas in these primetime windows," he said sarcastically. "They just keep losing games. It's a disaster." Ouch. That's the kind of comment that stings, but let's be honest, this season has given the critics plenty of ammo. With a 3-6 record and a sputtering offense, it's hard to argue that the Cowboys are living up to their reputation. While fans are venting their frustrations, team owner Jerry Jones doesn't seem too fazed. Despite the on-field struggles and mounting criticism, Jones remains focused on the business side of things. For him, the Cowboys brand continues to thrive financially, even if the team isn't delivering wins. But Cowboys Nation deserves more than just a profitable franchise. We deserve a team that competes at the highest level, week in and week out. And this season, that hasn't been the case. Now, let's shift gears to some big roster news. The Cowboys made headlines recently by acquiring wide receiver Jonathan Mingo in a trade with the Carolina Panthers. Mingo, a former second-round pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, brings plenty of potential but also a lot of question marks. Mingo's career in Carolina didn't pan out as expected. After a promising college career at Ole Miss, he struggled to find his footing in the NFL. In his rookie season, he managed just 43 catches for 418 yards and no touchdowns on 85 targets, making him one of the least efficient receivers in the league. Things didn't get much better in 2024. Mingo fell behind other young players on Carolina's depth chart, recording only 12 receptions for 121 yards in 9 games before being traded. In a recent interview, Mingo admitted he was blindsided by the trade. "It kind of blindsided me," he said. "My agent told me there was a slim chance anything would happen, but that slim chance happened. I'm happy to be a Cowboy. It's a fresh start for me, new beginnings. God put me here for a reason." Despite his struggles, Mingo sees this as an opportunity to reset and prove himself. And honestly, Cowboys fans should be excited about his potential. Let's be clear, Jonathan Mingo isn't walking into an easy situation. The Cowboys' passing game has been inconsistent this season, and quarterback Dak Prescott is out for the year. Mingo will be catching passes from Cooper Rush, which isn't exactly a recipe for instant success. But here's the thing: Mingo has something Dallas desperately needs: potential. He's a big-bodied receiver with speed and athleticism, the kind of player who could thrive with the right coaching and system. Looking ahead, the Cowboys need to find a reliable WR2 to complement CD Lamb. Brandon Cooks has been solid but is nearing the end of his career, and the depth behind him is questionable. If Mingo can develop and build chemistry with Prescott when he returns in 2025, he could fill that role. Trading for Mingo was a calculated risk by Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office. Yes, Mingo has underperformed so far in his NFL career, but he's still young and under contract for another 2 seasons. At worst, the Cowboys spent a 4th-round pick for a chance to develop a player with high upside. And let's not forget, the Cowboys have a history of turning around players' careers. If Mingo can put in the work and adapt to the Cowboys system, this trade could look like a steal down the road. But let's zoom out for a second. The addition of Mingo and the criticism from ESPN highlight the same issue. This team is at a crossroads. The Cowboys need to figure out their identity, both on and off the field. Are they going to be a team that relies on its stars and spends big in free agency? Or will they focus on developing young talent and building for the future? Right now, it feels like they're stuck in between, and that lack of direction is showing up in the standings. All eyes will be on the Cowboys this Monday night as they take on the Houston Texans. It's another chance for this team to silence the critics and prove they belong in primetime matchups. And for Jonathan Mingo, it's an opportunity to make a statement. He'll likely see limited snaps as he adjusts to the Cowboys playbook, but even a few impactful plays could set the tone for his future in Dallas. When asked about the challenges of defending CeeDee Lamb, Matt Burke was full of praise. "He is a really good receiver," Burke said. "Obviously, one of the best in the league. The thing that makes him really special is that he is good at everything." Think about that for a second, Cowboys fans. Not just good at everything. Whether Lamb is lining up inside, outside, catching short throws, or turning on the jets after the catch, he's a problem for any defense. Burke continued to emphasize Lamb's versatility, noting that Dallas even uses him in the backfield on occasion. That kind of unpredictability makes it nearly impossible for defenders to anticipate where he'll be or what he'll do next. And if that wasn't enough, Burke is also dealing with the challenge of reintegrating cornerback Derek Stingley Jr., who's returning from injury just in time for this matchup. While Stingley is an elite talent, this will be his first action in weeks, and going up against Lamb is a tall task for anyone, let alone someone shaking off the rust. Burke didn't stop at just talking about Lamb. He also highlighted the unique aspects of the Cowboys' offensive system. "The system has been the system," Burke said. "They have operated at a really high level for a long time. Even in a season full of struggles, Dallas' offensive system remains dangerous." Burke pointed out the team's focus on inside run schemes, noting how they prioritize power and control at the line of scrimmage. Unlike some teams that rely on lateral movement and zone blocking, the Cowboys want to impose their will physically. For the Texans, this means staying disciplined in their techniques and holding their ground against one of the league's more physical offensive lines. But here's the kicker: when you focus too much on stopping the run, you leave yourself vulnerable to the passing attack. And that's where CeeDee Lamb thrives. Let's take a moment to appreciate what CeeDee Lamb has accomplished so far this season. Despite the Cowboys' ups and downs, Lamb has been the consistent force that keeps the offense moving. He's on pace for another career-best season, showing that he's not just a rising star, he's already one of the league's elite. Here's what makes Lamb so dangerous. Route running. Whether it's short, intermediate, or deep routes, Lamb is always open. After the catch, once he has the ball, he's a nightmare to bring down. His agility and speed make him a constant threat for big plays. Football IQ. Lamb's ability to read defenses and adjust on the fly is what separates good receivers from great ones. Against Houston, you can expect Lamb to be the focal point of the offense. With Dak Prescott still out, Cooper Rush will need a reliable target, and Lamb has proven time and again that he can deliver in clutch situations. Now, let's look at this from Houston's perspective. Even with Stingley Jr. back, the Texans face an uphill battle. Lamb's ability to move around the formation means Houston can't just stick one defender on him all game. They'll need a combination of schemes, double coverage, zone defenses, and well-timed blitzes to disrupt his rhythm. But here's the catch. Focusing too much on Lamb opens up opportunities for other playmakers like Jake Ferguson and Brandon Cooks. The Cowboys' offense thrives on creating mismatches, and Lamb's presence on the field forces defenses to make tough choices. For the Cowboys, this game is more than just another matchup, it's a statement opportunity. A win here doesn't just improve their record, it builds confidence and momentum for the rest of the season. CeeDee Lamb will undoubtedly play a massive role, but the team as a whole needs to step up. The offensive line has to dominate the trenches, Cooper Rush needs to play mistake-free football, and the defense has to capitalize on opportunities to keep Houston's offense off the field. Alright, Cowboys fans, let's hear it. Do you agree with Kirk Herbstreit's harsh assessment of the team, or do you think the criticism is overblown? What are your thoughts on Jonathan Mingo? Is he a diamond in the rough, or just another swing and miss by Jerry Jones? Drop your comments below. We read every single one of them. Before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Your support helps us bring you the best Cowboys content out there. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, go Cowboys!